Hey folks, let's talk about the match function. It's another really useful fundamental function in Google Sheets, so it's worth spending that time to learn it. So here I have that little table again of weeks, products, and some values of the number of sales perhaps of those products. So let's look at a very basic example. And we're going to search for week 1. And what we're going to do is match, we're just going to search in a range that you give it for a value and just tell you whereabouts in the range the value occurs if it does. So let's take a look. So if we did match, let's search for week 1. We'll actually just type it in for the moment. So that's what we're searching for. We're going to look in this range, and what match will do is just return the value if it finds it. Now there's a third argument, which is this search type. Now most of the time you'll want to use a 0, which is the exact match, so just return it if you find the value that I give you. But there's also 1, which just says that it assumes the data is sorted in ascending order, and then it returns the largest value less than or equal to the search key. It's a bit like the true in a VLOOKUP. And if you actually just don't put that third argument in, because it is optional, it takes 1, it chooses 1 as the default. So it's a good habit to put the 0 there if that's the intention. There's also a -1, which means that I have the data in descending order. But we'll put 0 here, we're looking for the exact match, and boom, it finds it. It's position number 1 in that range. So let's just try another example. I'm just going to copy this down. So I have it again, same match formula, except this time instead of week 1, I'm going to click and just link to that cell and just enter, and now it goes and searches for that week 1. So if I had week 2, it will move me along, it's in position 2. If I had week 3, it's going to move me along to position 3. So again, we could search for product 5. Let's do equals match product 5 in this array with a 0, and it will tell me it's the 5th one in. So it's a pretty easy one to use in that regard. Okay, so that's the basic use of a match. Let's look at how we might use it with wildcards now. So here I've got a list of just some items you might find on a breakfast table. And what I want to do is use match to just see if we have any juice in this list. So I can see it, obviously I've got orange juice there and I've got apple juice down here, but I want to just search for, I don't really care, what if it was pineapple juice that was in here, or what if it was cranberry juice, or that sort of thing. I just want to see if there is a juice there and whereabouts the first occurrence is. And we can use match to do this. I mean, there are various ways actually of doing this, but this is the example I want to show you just here. And this time what we do is we put a star, which just lets me know whether it's a juice. And then because we might have a capital J or a lowercase j, we'll just put we'll just put the last 4 digits of the word juice, because this star will capture anything that comes up to juice. So it'll even just capture then juice if there was the word juice here, because maybe whoever prepared this list, I don't know whether they put juice or whether they separated them out with lots of different types of juice. So we'll put that there, and our range is that, and we're looking for the exact match, and there it's found it in the 8th position, which is that orange juice there. Now notice that it's not giving me the row number, which would be 11, it's given me the position within this range that I specified. So it's 8 rows down within this range, which starts at number 3. So that's why it's 8 and not 11. Similarly, I could do a look for, say I was interested in finding out whether the word resume was in this list. So we'll do match again, we'll type resume, and we'll search this list, we'll look for it exactly, and it's telling me #NA. And if I look, I can see it there, but it's been spelt in that fancy way with those with the accents on, so it's not being picked up by this exact matching on the word resume. So let's just now modify that using the question mark. So if I put question mark instead of those E's, then it doesn't matter what that character is. So it can be E, it can be the E with the accent, they'll both get picked up by this match search. So we'll search for that. We're going to look for the search in here, and we'll return a 0. And you can see this time it does actually return the value I want. It's the 3rd position, which is that one there. So that's using the question mark to replace a single value, and then the other one over here was using the star to replace multiple values, 1 or more. So let's see one more example of using match, and let's say here in column A I have a list of exam scores. student exam scores, and I've got a lot here. There's 1,000 exam scores, and I want to know where the position of the maximum exam score is. So who scored the max, and where is that position? And this is a nice little application of match. Takes 3 arguments: the search key, which is what am I looking for, what's the range, and what's the search type. So obviously the range is pretty easy. It's going to be the whole of column A, and we'll go with the 0 again to say it's an exact match. Now, what's the search key? Well, what I'm looking for is the maximum exam score. So we'll put max in there. Then I'm going to search in A1 to A1000 and with a 0 because I'm looking for the exact match of the highest score. And that's telling me that on row 517 is my max score. And if I wondered what that max score was, I could have just done just a plain old max. So it's a score of 99% on the 517th row. So we can scroll down there quickly and just go and check that out. And there it is, 99. So that's a quick application of the match function on its own. Make sure you check out the video of the index and the match together because that's a really powerful combination that's well worth learning. And that's all for this lesson though, folks. So thanks for watching.